Hello everyone, thank you for joining us once again. We've entered the last 2 days of the ISSF World Cup for Rifle and Pistol here in Bhopal, India. Done with the 10-meter disciplines. It's time for the 50-meter rifle and the 25-meter pistol. Today we're going to follow the 3-position 50-meter men event, and later on in the day the 25-meter women event. Surely we'll see some faces we've already seen in the 10-meter discipline finals, as these athletes are versatile and it's not unusual for them to shoot more than, well, one discipline. Yesterday we saw the 10-meter air rifle event, so some of these athletes were in this final hall just 24 hours ago shooting their shot, and now I think 3 of them will get the chance once again, this time for the 50-meter 3-position discipline. If you missed any of the finals, you can find them on the official ISSF YouTube channel, or you can go to the official Facebook page as well. All the finals of here the World Cup in Bhopal, India are up there. Yesterday's finals were truly something exciting to watch. It's not always that the finals are so strong, but the Chinese athletes really stepped up the game, showed some exceptional shooting, so I recommend you go and watch that as well. I'm sure we're going to be starting just soon with the presentation of the athletes in this discipline. We get to see all 3 of the position, kneeling, prone, and standing, that the athletes do in qualification as well. The qualifying part is done outside, so wind can affect them, but here we are inside the final hall and wind doesn't do much in this situation. 50 meters is a long way to the target, but I'm sure these athletes will show us how to shoot. It will be 10 shots in the kneeling position, then we have some time for a changeover right up to the prone position, changeover time into the standing position, where the athletes will stay throughout the rest of the final. And of course, at the end, we have the gold medal match. So sit back, relax, and well, right up until the very tenseful situation at the end, this is going to be showing us the whole range of this discipline. Kneeling, prone, and standing. Standing, you know, being maybe the toughest one of them all, which I have to admit makes sense, since the athletes have the least body support shooting in the standing position. Coming out first yesterday, silver medalist against the Olympic medalist Sheng Lihao, Du Linshu, 19 years old. 26-year-old from Switzerland, Christoph Duer. Also a familiar face from yesterday, but in general as well. 26-year-old István Penny from Hungary, joining the finalists. And a very, very strong applause for Aishwari Pratap Singh Tomar, 22 years old and currently second in the world for the 50-meter 3 position. I think it's a standing ovation as he comes out onto the final firing point. One more familiar face from yesterday, also 22 like Tomar, Jiří Privratsky from Czech Republic. Was not able to make it to the podium yesterday. We'll see if that changes for him today. Jan Lokbuher, 31 years old, world champion last year in Cairo for the 50-meter prone position, so it's only one position. Jiaming Tian from China. Actually, the 21-year-old is debuting in a World Cup final. So we have one underdog from China. We'll see. The Chinese athletes have really been showing exceptional results in this World Cup. And last but not least, Timothy Sherry, 28 years old, has 2 World Cup medals. All of them are team events. And we'll see today, maybe get to catch one of his own. The officials, 2 on each side, jury and the referee, and the chief range officer, Mr. Viren Pat from India. We've seen him in many finals so far here in this World Cup. This is what it looked like. After qualification, there were 29 athletes competing today in qualification, with Tomar finishing with 591 at the top. Privratsky following him with 590. Then it was Penny, Lokbichler, Duer, Tian. Du was actually 7th. And Sherry from USA was in the 8th place. So these are the 8th that qualified. It was 586 points needed to get into this beautiful final hall and to shoot with the best of this competition. So we know it, the kneeling position is the first one. Some of the athletes have like a kneeling roll under their right foot. So the foot has to be 45 degrees. And if they don't use the kneeling roll, the foot is free to be held in any degree position. But from what I'm seeing, at least from my end, everybody's using a kneeling roll. They have some time to adjust for the position and to start the sighting shots. They'll have 6 minutes to change over from the kneeling position to the prone. And then later, 8 minutes to change over from the prone position to the standing one. A little bit of longer time since, well, there's many things to do. And also changeover includes sighting time as well. So the faster you do the changeover, meaning adapting all the equipment, moving all the parts that need to be moved, you'll be able to have more time for sighting shots. There was some cheering from the stands. It looks like Tomar is doing well in sighting shots. We can't really see them here, but trust my words, he's doing well so far. It's Christoph Duer, 26 years old, has won silver at the World Cup at the beginning of the year for 50-meter prone individual and a mixed team event for 50-meter 3 position. So the athletes don't just shoot one discipline for the 50-meter. It's mostly 2, the prone and the 3 position. Penny won the silver actually against his teammate in Jakarta for this same same discipline. Very well achieved athlete. Now for the 22-year-old gold medalist from Cairo's World Cup a few weeks ago. A little more than a few weeks ago, but he has won 3 cups so far in this discipline. In 2021 in New Delhi, 2022 in Changwon, and this year in Cairo. Now he's on his home ground, has big support from the stands. We'll see how that affects his shooting today. Privratsky, 22, won 5 cups so far, last year actually, mostly for the 50-meter team events. Yesterday he lost his shot to be on the podium. The Swiss athlete very well in the prone position, Jan Lochbichler, 31 years old. Actually a world champion from last year in Cairo for the 50-meter prone, and won the World Cup in Jakarta at the beginning. 21-year-old debuting, the underdog of the final. Always fun to have them in the finals to see what they do. What kind of commotion the underdogs make. It happens. And the 28-year-old Timothy Sherry. Only the team events medals so far for Sherry. And on first position, let's not forget the 19-year-old, yesterday's silver medalist against his teammate Sheng Li Hao. Has 5 golds at World Championship in Cairo. Last year, 2 of them in individual 50-meter disciplines, so 3 position and the prone. So we've seen 3 of them in the final yesterday, only one getting out of the final with a gold. Today, he doesn't have his opponent from yesterday, Sheng Li Hao. And surely the confidence is high.
Stop.
Just the perfect timing. 50-meter rifle 3 position is about to start. If you're only just joining us, we are at the ISSF World Cup for Rifle and Pistol in Bhopal, India. Ready to start the first final of the day. First final for the 50-meter, actually. Just set on the kneeling position.
Load.
2 series of 5.
Start.
Starting with the first one. Coleman gets a big applause as he starts with a 10-4. Looks like a good shot so far, but Lochbichler and Sherry come with 2 strong 10s to start off. No changes are happening in the kneeling position or in the prone position, only when we get to the standing position and the athletes shoot 2 series of 5. 2 of them leave the finals, winning 7th and the 8th place. Then 1 more standing series for the 5th and the 6th position. And 1 more for the bronze and the 4th place. And then we find out who are the top 2 going into the medal match. So these men will shoot a lot of shots today, knowing that they already shot 60 in qualification. And now they're going to have at least 30 here in the finals. Dur already finished. Tomar as well, Privlatsky. Sherry and Lochbichler started off strong and continued on in the same manner, but like Sherry now misses the 10 and a 9 as well, hitting an 8.9. Not something you want to see. He was doing pretty well. That might have got in his head a bit. Sometimes it happens. Penny finishing off with a 10-4. Let's see what Sherry does. The 8 really put him down in the rank. One more shot. It's going to be a 10-0.
Stop.
Not really a shot that's going to correct the 8, but there is 5 more series before any kind of decision. There's 2 more positions to be done, so surely this ranking order is going to be changing a couple of more times.
For the next ranking match series, load.
The differences between the athletes are not
Start.
big, not great. 0.1 between Penny and Sherry at the bottom. Tomar in the 6th position. Lochbichler is doing pretty good in the kneeling position so far. You never know which position is going to suit you the best until you try. Looks like Sherry's getting back in the game with that 10-7. Helpful after that 8 in the last round. Dur hits a 10.9. I think it's the first one so far in the final. Tomar fell down in the 7th position. This is Lochbichler hitting a 10-7. 2 Swiss athletes now at the top of the rank. Penny has climbed up a bit. Back into almost the middle of the rank. Could use a couple of strong 10s. Tomar hits a 10-6. Still has one more shot to shoot. The whole group kind of went down to the left. Not the strongest of the 10s. As we can see, it affected his position in the ranking for sure. Finish up with a 10-4. Doesn't look too pleased with the result. Sherry, again, last one to shoot. His tempo is a bit slower than the rest. Takes his time, but he has 15 more seconds for this shot, which is more than enough. Dur finished off with a 10-8. That put him in the 2nd position in the ranking. And now Sherry finishes off with a 10-8, puts himself in the 3rd position.
Change your time, including striking shot, begins now.
6 minutes for changeover time. Let's see what it looks like after the second series. Akarbekler holding the lead, 0.4 behind is due, and Sherry behind them, 0.7. Tian is not in the best position at the bottom, and Tomer is there as well. Fastly changing over. Some of the athletes choose to be without the shooting trousers while shooting the prone. It could take away a few seconds of changing time, a few seconds of sighting time actually, to take those trousers off, but if you prefer it, it's what you do. The Honorable Minister of Sports and Youth Welfare, Mrs. Yashodhara Raje Scindia, is in the stands. She's been here actually every single day, and so has the ISSF President, Mr. Luciano Rossi, following the athletes. In their achievements. All right, coming closer and closer to some sighting time. I think you want to catch at least 3 minutes of sighting, but the prone position is usually thought of as the easiest one. Wouldn't say the easiest one, but we definitely do get to see the best shots being shot in prone position. And it's the position that has its own discipline. So whoever likes it can go for it. Just that one. Few things are to be adapted on the rifle and the equipment as they prepare for the next position, and they do really need to work fast with the high concentration. You want to get everything in order before you go into sighting time. Not really a lot of time. Already 3 minutes have passed. They usually change the butt plate, the chickpeas, the front and back sight, and hand rest. So basically everything that you can move on a rifle is to be changed. And here we are now. We can maybe have a peek of a little bit of some sighting time. And already 10s are dropping in the target. Mind you, it's 50 meters away. And it's hard to even see the black circle from here, let alone the 10 that is inside. Here's Dewar. He's currently in the 4th position. He had that 1-9 in his 3rd shot in the kneeling position. He's doing pretty good in sighting time. Penny has won 6 World Cups so far. 3 of them golds in this discipline. He's a 3-time European champion. And in total, I have to mention, he has 22 World Cup medals. So he's not a stranger to the podium. Tomar has been on the outside circle of the 10, kind of barely shooting the slim 10s, 10-0, 10-1, 10-2. But from what I'm seeing now in sighting, he's doing pretty well in the prone position so far. Privratsky, very similar to Tomar. They're half a point of a difference currently.
Stop.
This is what it looks like right now with the Swiss athlete holding the lead. Lochbichler do following with 0.4 of a difference. And Privratsky that we've seen right now, 0.1 behind the second Swiss athlete. Then in a really tight span, Penny and Tomar behind.
For the next ranking match series, load.
We'll see now.
Start.
Most of the finals change when we get to the standing position. The prone position does have most of the support. They're literally supported by the floor to help them out. So Lochbichler did have a couple of those slim 10s, but he has gone to the strong ones as well. Few times, just enough to put him to the top. And Tian are holding the top and the bottom of the rank. Tian, as I already said, the underdog. Shooting really good, but not really managing to go up there. Now a 9, not something you see often in the prone position. Tomar doing exceptional with a 10-8, now a 10-6. And Sherry is coming out. Almost out of the 10. I don't know what was his last shot now. We'll see soon. 10-3 for Sherry. Privratsky finished off with a 10-8. Tomar finished off with a 10-2. He didn't really move his position so far. And obviously, the athletes are shooting faster in the prone position. So 30 seconds on the clock. Sherry again, the last one to shoot. Still had 18 seconds, shots a 10-3. Let's see how it affected the ranking. Du has taken over the lead, looks like it. Yeah, and even a 0.8 of a difference in front of Lochbichler, followed by Duer. So the two Swiss athletes are holding the top of the rank, which is pretty good. Surely the coaches are excited for this, but also they know a lot of things change in the standing position, and when we get to that, and we are close to that, just one more round, just one more series in the prone position.
For the next ranking
You can
match
see their
series,
left hand
load.
is kind of strapped in, and it looks like it might be a comfortable position, but it's not really. Surely they tend to go numb. Privratsky starting off with a 10-8, Tomar a 10-3, Dewar 10-6. Steny kind of swirling around at the bottom of this rank today. We are used to seeing him mostly at the top. But of course, not every World Cup is the same. So Du and Tian are holding the top and the bottom of the rank. Tomar has 2 more shots. A 10-1 in the prone position. You'd want to go higher than that. $50 more seconds. Privratsky finished. Dewar as well. Du fell down the rank after this this series. And Privratsky climbed up, but Tomar now hits a 10-9. That puts him in the 4th position. That's what you want to have. The 10-4 and last to shoot. Sherry hits a 9.9. That could make him plummet down.
Begins now.
But a fantastic shooting is going on. His ball from Switzerland has come up now in rank 1 with a score of 208.6.
Let's see what it looks like now. Dewar leading Privratsky by a 0.2 of a difference. Du is here as well. He was at the top, now fell down. Tian was here at the bottom throughout the final. We're only halfway there, and I'm sure these things are gonna start changing even more rapidly when we come to the standing position. But during the changeover time, let's see what it looks like a little bit up close for what these athletes are doing.
Sherry Tipsy from USA in rank 7 so far with a score of 205.3. He's just decimal 1 behind Isfan Penny. Sherry Simkin from China is the 8th rank so far. He's decimal 5 behind Tipsy. Ladies and gentlemen, I am briefing the procedure now. This athlete has been given 8 minutes changeover time because prone position to standing position, they have been given 8 minutes. In 8 minutes time, they are setting up their weapon, their equipment, their stand, and their whatever the requirement is not there for the equipment, they are keeping them in the boxes also, as you have seen in front of that. Everybody is maintaining and preparing themselves for the sighting shot of the standing position. As you know, the 8 minutes preparation and changing over time in which they have to do the, including the sighting shot also. to warming up and preparing themselves to play the next two series of standing position. This is for your information.
The most challenging one of the position is just coming up. You could see in the video as they have these red flags showing them how the wind is, and it definitely does affect them when they're outside, which they did have in qualification. And now they're having, well, better circumstances with no wind in the final hole, but surely the tension and the nervousness is working like the wind. You never know how it's going to affect you, and you don't really have the flags to show you. All the athletes have now taken their position already in the standing one. They have 3.5 more minutes to prepare for this one. As they again changed all the movable parts of the rifle. They can usually mark them, the equipment, to know exactly how tight or what position the parts have to go onto the rifle. Here is due. He fell to the 3rd position after that 2nd series in the prone. There was more than 1 point of a difference between his first one and the 2nd one in the prone position, and well, it's not a surprise that put him down. Duet is holding the lead. Look at the stability of his last 10 shots. All of them above 10-5, even 10-6. One right after the other put him right at the top.
Finalist will be placed 7th and 8th.
And he was going a bit up and down. Started to go good for him in the last 3 shots in the prone. Usually he can do standing pretty well. Tomer had 2 stable 52.3, both of his series in the prone position. I don't think anybody else, nobody else had 2 exactly, the exact same results for both of the series. Only Privratsky, he had the highest series, 53.0 for his last one. That put him in the 2nd position in this World Cup so far. Looking at his standing sighting shots,
30 seconds.
All right, he's finding his way to the center of the target. We'll see. Akbekler, he was holding the lead for some time, but looks like the prone position didn't do well for him this time, which is strange. He is a world champion of last year in the 50-meter prone position, and you would think that that position would suit him the best, but what got him in the 4th place. This is what it looks like before we go into the standing position. Be prepared for some changes. 4 minutes, a little bit over 4 minutes.
For the next
For
ranking
5
weight
shots
series, load
in standing, and well, let's see. Du hits the first one, a 10-4, and Tian falls out into the 8. Yep, it's what happens. Some 9s are coming up from Penny, Tomar, Akbekler do it as well. And look how the ranking is changing. That 10-2 got Privatsky in the lead. Du is doing good. If he could climb up that rank, depending on Privatsky, of course. Yep. Taken over the lead. With 2 strong 10s like that in the standing position, it's almost a promise to get you higher in the rank. Ooh, door shot an 8. Plummeting down in the ranking order. It almost feels like it's all over the place. Yeah, the 8-minute changeover. They have to adapt the equipment and do sighting time. Maybe it sounds like a lot, but surely they would have taken more if they could. Tian had a 7, now back closer to the center, but I think that's gonna have him even stronger down in the rank. Privatsky is doing okay, but Du is still shooting amazingly, especially for the standing position. Sherry finished first. Looks like his tempo in the standing position is faster than everybody else's. Well, he was the last one to shoot in both of the first 2 positions. Tomar, last one to shoot, currently holding the 5th place. What will it be? Still aiming, and that's going to be a 9.9.
Stop.
Not the strongest of the shots, but it is keeping him somewhere in the middle still. Him and Penny have been close together throughout the whole final. Now Penny took over the 4th place. Du is in the lead, 1.2. Look at how it's changing now. Privratsky in the 2nd position, look a bit, 1.1 behind him. And yeah, Tian, that 7 really did not do him well. 3.4 of a difference behind Sherry. I don't think he's going to be able to catch all of them up.
The difference between the 7th and 8th are decimal 3 and 3.4.
For the next ranking match series, load.
Now comes the very much deciding one.
Start.
One more series for the decision of the 7th and the 8th place. Tian is definitely on the line. Doesn't really look like he's gonna be able to come out from that, but Tomar shoots an 8 now. Puts him lower in the rank as well. You can just imagine how hard it is to shoot the standing position when the best of the best in the world kind of fall apart coming to it. Not completely, but it's not something we're used to looking at and seeing in rifle disciplines, the 7s and the 8s, even the 9s. Penny with a 9.8, Tomar with 10.1. Currently holding the 7th position. The stands are a bit more quiet. Tomar tries to gain stronger 10s. And that was a perfect one, a perfect shot that we just caught here, a 10.9 from Tomar. A very crucial moment to have himself kept in the final. Puts him in the 5th position. Privratsky had 3 of those 9s in this round. Tomar finishing off with a 10-7. The stands are not quiet anymore. I'm just curious on what's the difference. 0.6 between Tomar and Penny in the 4th place. $50 more seconds for Privratsky to shoot his last shot. It's going to be a 9.7.
Stop.
And it's time for the 8th and the 7th place of the ISSF World Cup for Rifle and Pistol here in Bhopal, India, 2023. 8th place, Tian Jiaming from China, the underdog. And the 7th place to the 28-year-old from USA, Timothy Sherry.
Shi from China has taken the lead of
did well, but not well enough to stay in the finals this time.
Switzerland, and third ranked so far, Penny Istvan from Hungary. So next
Looks
series
like
is
it
going
might
to
not be a
decide
day for
the
surprises
confirmed fifth and
for
the
underdogs,
sixth
and
place for
Sherry
this
that had
ISSF World Cup
3
rifle
World Cup
and
medals so far, none of them individuals
Bhopal-INDIA.
ones. It's not going to be today for him as well.
For the next ranking match series, load,
Staying at the top, the strongest names.
start,
Of shooting sport. This series decides for the 5th and the 6th position. They started with a 9-8, but Privratsky coming in strong with a 10-6. Look how the stats change in standing position. Doesn't really look stable as it does in the prone. Absolutely full house. Tomar starting off with a 9-8. Let's see what he shoots now. Last time we saw a 10.9. This time it's going to be a slim 10. He's in the danger zone. 5th position right now. And it's 0.7 of a difference between Privratsky and Tomar. Joe is not getting distracted whatsoever. His worst shots are strong 9s. Tomar now hit a 10.5. And got to a tie with Privratsky. As I already mentioned, Penny strong suit is the standing position. Here he is in the second position, right behind Du. Shooting the center of that target. Tomar has gotten into the 3rd place. And everyone is very excited about that. Tomar hits another 10.5. Holds his place now in the first 3. He is definitely safe in this round. It's going to be between Privratsky, Lochbichler, and Dürr on what's going to happen, but looks like in the end the 6th position goes to one of the Swiss athletes, Christoph Dürr, the 26-year-old.
You are confirmed 5th ranked for this ISSF World Cup.
He doesn't yet have a World Cup individual medal for the 50-meter 3 position. It was a good shot. Was holding the top a couple of times in the first 2 or 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, now
But in the end, the
next
6th
is
place
going to decide who is going to be the winner of
in the World Cup
Finalist
is not something to
ISSF
throw
World
away
Cup
lightly.
Rifle and pistol
Jiri Privratsky, 5th place.
India
Unfortunately,
2023
yesterday and today. He had a chance.
Event. So
It just
please
did
keep on
not
watching.
happen for him in this World
Remember,
Cup.
very soon, the bronze medalist
He's
for
probably
this
a bit
ISSF
disappointed,
World
but hey,
Cup is coming in
that's
front of you.
sports.
For the next
That's
ranking
sports
match
do.
series,
Now with
your
a 2.3 of a difference, leading Penny.
start.
I mean, we did see some exceptional shooting from him yesterday as he won the silver medal. Today he's knocking it out of the park once again. 4 are left. One more series of standing position. I'm already in the gold medal match and the single shots. Lochbichler starting with a 10-7. And Tomar's 9 did not help him stay in the 3rd position. Due had a nice last 10 shots in the standing position. You can't really expect much more. But Penny might just have a chance to climb closer. His shots were more stable in the last, well, 6. He has won the silver medal in the mixed team event with Ester Denesh. It wasn't the strongest final. Now he hits a 9.2. He saw that one and did not like it. 10.4 from Tomar. Get some loud cheers from the crowd. Penny lost to Huang Zheng in the mixed team event. He lost from China with Ester Denesh. It's pretty unpredictable for Lochbichler, Penny and Tomar, but Du is going further and further away. Comfortably leading the 3. That's around 3 points of a difference now. And it just looks like it's gonna stay that way. He has one more shot to do. Tomar hits 10.1, his last shot. It looks like it's not gonna be a place on the podium for the Indian athlete. Even though the support was grand, that's how it goes. Like sometimes Du hits his last one, 9.7, but that doesn't move him from the top of the rank.
Well played, Aishwarya Pratap Singh Tomar from India. Congratulations. You are placed fourth for this
It was a 1.9 of a difference for him to get the bronze. It was a bit far-fetched. It's the 4th place for Aishwarya Pratap Singh Tomar, the 22-year-old
from Switzerland.
and Swiss athlete. Jan Lochbichler, the 31-year-old, 6-time European champion. 4 of those are individual medals. First time he became a European champion as a junior back in 2008 in Pilsen. Now, look at that, bronze medal at the ISSF World Cup here in Bhopal, India.
For the medal match,
Long career
will be given for the single shot. Time
of at least 15 years of winning
50 seconds. Their
for the
previous
Swiss
score will be
athlete.
now 0.
proving that, well, he's still at the top, isn't he?
The fastest and the highest number will get 2 points. The athlete will, the one who will get.
You know what's coming next? It's the gold medal match. Penny from Hungary
The equal score will get 1 point each.
and Du Lishnu from
The athlete
China.
who will succeed and get 60 points and more will be the winner of gold medal for this 50-meter three-position men event.
A couple of more seconds, hopefully we'll get to be able to start with the gold medal match.
For the first medal match shot, load, start.
It's the start for the first round, first shot. The better shot wins 2 points. If they're tied, they each win 1 point. First to get to 16 wins the gold. In Jakarta at the ISSF World Cup at the beginning of the year, Istvan Penny found himself in the gold medal match as well. Now he takes the first lead. That time he was shooting against Dallin Pekler, his teammate from Hungary.
So 2 points goes to Istvan Penny.
And in that final, Zalan was just more successful. Got to 16 first, leaving Penny with the silver.
For the next medal match shot, load,
We'll see how Penny does against the Chinese athlete today, because they have truly been exceptional in this World Cup. I think the Chinese athletes have what we'll see now. It's a 9-9 from Penny, a 10-2 from Du. It's going to be 2 points and a tie from the 19-year-old.
Score 2 each.
But yeah, the Chinese athletes so far in this competition have won 5 golds. In total, they have most of the medals, 8 medals. So it's really been a strong World
for
Cup
the next medal match shot,
for the Chinese athletes. And it is a big task for the Hungarian. In this gold medal match. (10-1) and a 10-3. 0.2 of a difference in favor of Du, taking over the lead.
And he has taken the lead of 2 points ahead from Istvan Penny.
Both Penny and Du already have a silver medal from this competition. Penny's is a mixed team event. Du won the silver yesterday, meaning he lost the gold medal match against his teammate from China, Shengli Hao. .4 for Du. That's a strong shot in the standing position. 10-2 from Penny. Not enough. Again, 0.2 of a difference. That's 2 times in a row. Du wins another 2 points and gets to 6.
for the next medal match shot, load, start. .4 once again from Du.
proved to be a pretty good shot for him in this gold medal match. 9.8 from Penny.
2 points more to Du Linshu.
Going to do another 2 points. I'm curious if if Penny's coach might want to take a timeout right about now. I don't know.
For the next medal match shot, load, start,
8-2. Du is halfway there to 16. 50 seconds on the clock. Single shot. Du hits a 9.7. It's a good chance for Penny to snatch 2 points here. He needs a 9.8 or higher. It's going to be a 10.1. Taking 2 points. But I think Penny is now calling for a timeout. He's calling for his coach.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
And I think he's just asking for some water.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is what he's using his timeout for.
Athlete and the coach has the privilege
After winning
to take
the
timeout.
round, he
Limit
just
for
got
the
a bit
timeout time is
thirsty.
1 minute, and the other coach
All
and
right,
athlete
that
can
means
take the
no more
timeout.
timeout for
He
Penny
can also go
until
with
the
the
end.
athlete.
Only Du can ask, or well, his coach can ask for a timeout. So stay hydrated, very important in shooting as well.
load,
What a boss move. All right,
start,
another 50 seconds on the clock, another round. Penny shots first, a 10-0. It's a 10-3 from Du. Wins him another 2 points.
Du Linshu taken 2 more points.
10-4
Now score 10-4 in favor
for the
of Du
19-year-old.
for the next medal match shot, load, start,
The 19-year-old who is currently a junior world champion from last year in Cairo for this discipline, now shooting in the senior category and, well, doing a pretty good job. 10-3 from Penny wins him this time, 2 points.
So 2 points.
It was
goes to
0.6 of a
Usman
difference.
Penny. This time no point to Du Linshu, but the score is 10
Penny is
points
not
to Du
giving
Linshu
up
and
just
6
yet.
points to Usman Penny.
for the next medal match shot,
Du doesn't really have many years of experience. Certainly not as much as Penny, who is currently 4th in the world in the 50-meter rifle 3 position. And also he does have a Youth Olympic Games bronze medal back from 2014, so almost 10 years ago. It's going to be 10-2 for Du and 9.8 for Penny. 0.4 of a difference once again. 2 points goes to Du.
6 in favor of Du Linshu from China.
And Penny is shaking his head, not pleased with how things are going.
for the next medal match shot, load, start,
Very calm, very unfazed. We've seen him like this yesterday in the final. He's coming in today just the same. 9.4.
After this competition shot, 2 points to Istvan Penny. So Istvan Penny,
As
8
Penny
points,
hits
but
a
still,
10.0.
the dual issue has taken the
Thin
lead,
10,
4 points ahead from the
but
lead.
absolutely
Istvan Penny.
good
So
enough for
score
this round.
12-8 in favor of Du Linshu from China.
He's not too far back. It's 12-8.
For the next medal match shot, load,
We'll see what Du comes back with after that 9. .3 and a 10.4 from Penny.
Fantastic.
You always need a bit of luck, right? 0.1 of a difference
10.3.
this time in Penny's favor.
Istvan Penny.
He has come now
12-10.
1 round behind Du.
Du Linshu.
for the next medal match shot, load, start,
Penny shoots a 9.8. Du hits a 10.8.
Super.
What a strong shot. And in this moment,
10.8 by Du
2
Linshu
very
from China.
deserving points
Score 14-10
go to Du.
in favor of Du Linshu. Ladies and gentlemen,
14-10. It could be a match point for Du now.
China.
We'll see if
for
Penny
the
gets
next
to defend it.
medal match shot, load, start,
I don't know, Du looks very determined. Is it going to be a wrap-up on the 50-meter rifle? 3-position men in this World Cup, 10.3. And a 10.1 from Penny. It's going to be a match point for the 19-year-old Du Linshu from China.
Du Linshu from China.
Silver yesterday, but comes back today and wins the gold of the ISSF World Cup for Rifle and Pistol in Bhopal, India.
2023. Congratulations.
Leaving Penny
Istvan Penny.
with another silver. He has the mixed team event silver with Esther Danish. Now the 26-year-old wins himself an individual silver for the 50-meter rifle 3-position.
I request all the medal winners please
And
come for
surely
the photo shoot.
we'll get to see Jan Lokbekler here with them as well, with the bronze, Penny with the silver, and Du with the gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medalist Shivrasti from UZ from Czech Republic, and the silver medal goes to Istvan Penny from Hungary, and the gold medal goes to Linshu Du from China. Congratulations. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hand together for these medal winners. तालियां बजाइए, तालियां जो बनती हैं, please. Thank you. जय हिंद.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the 50-meter three-position men will now take place. The medals will be presented by Mr. Kuwar Sultan Singh, Secretary General, National Rifle Association of India. He is accompanied by the distinguished guest of honor, Mr. Nicola Tegoni, Chairman, RTS Jury, and member of Judges Committee, ISSF. The bronze medal representing Switzerland goes to Jan Locke Wheeler. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for a round of applause for the 50-meter three-position men bronze medal winner. Now I would request the chief guest, Mr. Kuwar Sultan Singh, to please come forward and present the bronze medal to the winner. Thank you, sir. I will now request Mr. Nicola Tegoni to please come forward and present the bouquet to the bronze medal winner. Thank you, sir. The silver medal representing Hungary goes to Esteban Penny. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for a round of applause for the 50-meter three-position men's silver medal winner. Now, I would request the chief guest, Mr. Kuwar Sultan Singh, to please come forward and present the silver medal to the winner. Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. Nicola Tegoni to please come forward and present the bouquet to the silver medal winner. Thank you, sir. And the gold medal representing China goes to Lin Shu Du. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for a round of applause for the 50-meter three-position men gold medal winner. Now I would request the chief guest, Mr. Kuwar Sultan Singh, to please come forward and present the gold medal to the winner. Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. Nicola Tegoni to please come forward and present the bouquet to the gold medal winner. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of China. Request the visiting dignitaries to please come forward for the photograph along with the medal winners. Thank you all. I would now request Advocate M.S. Bhamri, Honorary Secretary, National Rifle Association of India and Jury Member ISSF World Cup Bhopal to kindly come forward and present a memento on behalf of the Organizing Committee of the ISSF World Cup Rifle and Pistol Events at Bhopal, India 2023 to the Chief Guest, Mr. Kuwar Sultan Singh. I would request Advocate M.S. Hamle to also please present the memento to the distinguished guest of honor, Mr. Nicola Ticoni. Thank you all.